Okay, hello, this is TOEIC Reading 2, Unit 8, Conjunctions and Prepositions. But first, let's work on some vocabulary. All right, so listen and repeat. Consent. Disruption. Feedback. Labor. Limited. Mandatory. On duty. Prime opportunity. Quarterly. Supportive. Turnout. Adjourn. Breach. And now if you want to stop the video and do the exercise on your own, you can. Either way, I'm going to give you the answers right now. The security guard who was blank had to check the office where the alarm went off. On duty. Number 2, Helen's parents were blank of her decision not to go to university right after high school because she wanted to work and travel instead. Supportive. Okay. So it might be easier for you if I do it this way. Let's see. All right. All right, good. Number 3, during your annual review, your manager will give you some constructive on how you can improve your work. Feedback. Good. Number 4, the comedian was disappointed by the poor at his show. Only 10 people came. Turnout, 1 word. To turn out, 2 words, meaning turn out 2 words, would be a verb. All right, how are we doing here? Number 5, the fire alarm caused at work, so we could not finish our project before lunch. Disruption. Number 6, blank laws protect workers from being exploited by employers. So one thing about the TOEIC, in case you don't already know it, and other exams of a similar nature, especially the written part, is that you'll find in the questions, for example, certain words, and then the answers, words that are similar or the same, similar words or synonyms. So you need to have a good command of vocabulary, lots of different words and related words. So workers can also be called laborers. Work can also be called labor. So labor laws. We don't normally say work laws, we say labor laws. Okay. Labor is a little more formal than work. So you need to learn synonyms. All right. Number 7, police officers cannot search your home without your agreement or consent, at least in the US. I don't know about other countries. And number 8, we will have to blank this meeting until tomorrow because it is quite late. Adjourn, meaning stop, end. All right. How are we doing here? 9, due to a blank of the contract, our company did not have to reimburse the client for their loss of profit. Breach of contract. Besides synonyms, you also need to learn collocations, which are words that are often found together. And breach of contract is an example of that. Not break of contract. A breach of contract is when someone breaks the contract, but we say breach of contract. You can kind of see the similarity between breach and break. B-R-E-A, B-R-E-A. All right. So synonyms and collocations. Number 10, the safety meeting is blank. Everyone must attend. Mandatory. Number 11, our blank reports for last spring will be available next week. So spring, summer, fall, winter, 4 seasons, 4 quarters, right? A quarter is a fourth. So quarterly. We're almost done with the vocabulary, and then we'll move on to the grammar. This is a blank for our business to expand its customer base, so we have to take advantage of it. Prime opportunity, a great opportunity, a good chance. All right, and that leaves limited. Supplies are limited. So buy a new iPhone as soon as you can. All right, I hope that was helpful. So a good way to practice vocabulary, new vocabulary, is to study the examples, look the words up in a dictionary. It can be your language plus English, or just English at this point. If you're doing the TOEIC, you should be using an English dictionary, at least in addition to a bilingual dictionary. You can write your own sentences, and of course do lots of reading and look for these words in your reading. All right, so let's move on to the grammar. Coordinating conjunctions. So con means with, and junction means a place where things meet. Right, so it's talking about something occurring at a junction or a place where, in this case, parts of sentences meet. And coordinating, co also means with or together or equal. So we're talking about words that bring together parts of sentences. So before I tell you exactly what they are, meaning examples, see if you can find them in these sentences. You can pause the video anytime you want, as always, or you can just do this with me. All right, so Janice got a promotion and she got a new office. So which word do you think is the coordinating conjunction, a word that brings 2 different parts of a sentence together? Hopefully you know that in this sentence, let's go with highlighting, the word we're looking for is and. All right, and 15, Harold has lots of friends, yet sometimes he feels lonely. Harold has lots of friends. Sometimes he feels lonely. Those 2 parts are brought together by the word yet. And this yet is not yet as in, it's not time to eat yet. It's not talking about time. It means but. It's a more formal way to say but. All right, and finally, it was raining, so Unsol brought her umbrella. It was raining. Unsol brought her umbrella. How do we connect those two parts, those two clauses? So. All right, that's a little introduction. Now let's study these in more detail. So I'm giving you for, nor, or, and, but, slash, yet, and so. And then these here are the definitions of those coordinating conjunctions. So match the conjunctions with the explanations. All right, so for. Which one describes for? Because, nor, it's negative. So, and not, or, you're given a choice. Either, and, to, in addition, but or yet, however, and so, therefore, okay? So now what you need to do is read sentences 23 to 25 and find where there's a missing coordinating conjunction and decide which one to use and put it in there. All right. So here are the answers. Johnny didn't go to school. He was very sick. So hopefully you can see that we have two independent clauses. Johnny didn't go to school. He was very sick. So we need something right in between school and he. So what's the relationship between he was very sick and Johnny didn't go to school? So there's something that happened. Johnny didn't go to school, and then we have a reason. Because he was very sick. So normally, yeah, we would say because, but that's a little informal. It's normal. Let's try for. For he was very sick. That's formal. We don't normally talk that way, but for the TOEIC, you do need to know more formal language. Okay. And 24, I don't want to go to the festival. Do I want to go to the party? We need something in here between festival and do. So I don't, that's negative. Which one is negative? Nor. So I don't want to go to the festival and I don't want to go to the party, or nor do I want to go to the party. This is formal. We don't talk this way normally. Okay, but that's kind of what the TOEIC is about. So 25, we can go to the beach, we can go to the amusement park. We cannot do both. We have a choice, one or the other. Or, good. Where's the little bar? There we go. So here we have co-equal. Coordinating conjunctions, equal. Here we have subordinating conjunctions. Sub, what does that mean? Submarine. Marine means ocean or water, right? Where do you find a submarine? Under the water, right? So sub means under, below, not equal. So find the subordinating conjunction in each sentence. So really quickly, coordinating, we said, was equal. So we have two independent clauses. Johnny didn't go to school. He was very sick. Both of those can be used as individual independent sentences. With subordinating, that means that one clause will be dependent on the other. It won't be a complete sentence. on its own. It can't stand on its own. So we can't leave until our supervisor arrives. So we have an independent clause. Let's add some color here. Let's go with red. Where's the little bar? And we have a dependent clause, meaning incomplete. It needs some help. Okay, so we can't leave until our supervisor arrives. So we can't leave is independent. It's the main idea. Until our supervisor arrives is not a complete sentence. Our supervisor arrives until our supervisor arrives. That's not a complete idea. And what connects the two is until. So this is the subordinating conjunction. All right, so try that with 27 and 28. So if you see a comma, that means the order has been reversed, right? In this case, even though Mary is sick, she has to go to work. So she has to go to work. Is that a complete sentence? Yes, it is. It is an independent clause, the main clause. Even though Mary is sick. So Mary is sick would be independent, a main clause. But when you put even though in front of it, that makes it dependent on something else because we need some more information. Even though Mary is sick, what? Just saying Mary is sick, that's a complete sentence. We have a person, we have some information about her, but even though Mary is sick, we're left hanging. We need some more information. So this is the dependent clause. And what links the two is even though. Good. And finally, Jisoo is angry because someone stole his phone. So we can say Jisoo is angry, that's independent. Someone stole his phone, that's independent, right? So what happens when we put because in front of someone stole his phone? That makes this clause dependent on the main clause. Now in Korean, you would write or talk like this with two separate sentences or ideas. But in English, it doesn't work that way. All right, so because is a subordinating conjunction. All right, we're going to do some more work on subordinating conjunctions. So we have some descriptions. So there are some that express reasons or cause and effect, some that express the time, instant or period when something occurred, when something happened, some that express a condition, and some that express a concession, meaning an agreement to do something that you don't want to do. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. I don't want to. So let's see which description, A, B, C, or D, goes with each list of subordinating conjunctions. So 29, if, unless, provided, as long as. So if, does that give you a reason, a cause, an effect, time, a condition, or a concession? That would be C, a condition. If you pay me, I will do it. Even if, even though, although, though. That is like this. Even though it's raining, I have to take the dog for a walk. I don't want to do it, but yeah, okay, I'll do it. That's D, that's a concession. So that, such that, so that since, because, now that, so because, that's the key conjunction there. That is a reason or a cause and effect. And then the moment, that's time, instant, as soon as, when, etc. So that's be. Okay. And the last part of this section is here, 33 to 36, complete each sentence with an appropriate subordinating conjunction. All right, so it is raining, we can't go to the beach. So we have a reason, because it's raining, we can't go to the beach. Or since it's raining. So here, since does not mean time. It's not referring to time. I've been here since 3 o'clock. It's referring to a reason. All right, and we could also say, now that it's raining, we can't go to the beach. Okay. It was raining, Hallie still went for a run. So in the first sentence, 33, we changed our plans, but in 34, Hallie still went for it. She went for a run. So that's a concession, even though, where are we here? Although, and though, all work here. It was raining, Hallie still went for a run. All right. 35, you'll notice we have a split here. Cameron was blank tired, blank, he went to bed at 7 p.m. So we're talking about a reason, but we have to find a two-word conjunction that is split. Cameron was so tired that he went to bed. So tired, that's, so there is an adverb modifying the adjective tired, that he went to bed. Okay, good. And then finally, Mr. Park arrived, everyone yelled surprised. So this is referring to a time when something occurred. So the moment that, the instant that, as soon as, and we could also say when here. All right. How you doing? So we have 1, 2, 3 more main grammar sections and then collocations. So hang in there. If you need to take a break, feel free to. I'll be here when you get back. Anyways, so correlative conjunctions. So relative, like mother, cousin, whatever. That means these things go together or they're paired, and co meaning, again, equal. So hopefully that's enough of a hint for you to be able to do this first exercise. Find the paired conjunctions in each sentence. Mr. and Mrs. Leland either have to buy a smaller house or get an apartment. So you're probably familiar with either or, right? Good. Whoops, a daisy. And 38, Jerry can play both the guitar and violin very well. What do you think about this one? Both and. Good. 39, employees may neither eat nor drink at their desks. So we saw either or. What do we have here? Neither nor. So neither is just a contraction of not either. Not either becomes neither. And the same thing with nor, it's a contraction. Not or, nor. Okay. 40, Mr. Tran can not only speak English, but he can also speak Russian. Here we have 4 words and in 3 different parts. 1, 2, they're together, and then 3, and then 4. Does that help you? So we have not only, but also. I hope you're doing this with me. The village restaurant is not fancy, but rather cheap. All right. Not, but rather. Okay. So using either or, but, and, neither nor, not only, but also, not, but rather, fill in the blanks in 42 to 46. So Jill is blank, hardworking, rather lazy. Let's just go with not but. So hardworking and lazy, what's the relationship? Are they both positive or both negative, or is one positive and one negative? Yeah, so here we have not fancy, but cheap. So fancy and cheap are opposite. They're opposites. So Jill is not hardworking, but rather lazy. Good. My neighbor's new car is blank beautiful. Blank is blank very expensive. So we need a 3-part conjunction. Hopefully that helps you. Is not only beautiful, but is also very expensive. All right. 44, my uncle has a home in blank, Washington, D.C., blank, Virginia. In both and, all right. 45, I'm blank, going to get a new job, blank, travel around the world. I can't do both, can I? So it's either or. And finally, 46, blank, I, blank, my girlfriend wants to get married. Neither I nor my girlfriend. And it's wants, because right before wants we have, whoops, neither I nor, we have girlfriend, so that's she wants, neither I nor my girlfriend. All right. Because and because of, these can be quite confusing. So let's look at the examples. Jacqueline gained a lot of weight because she was sick and couldn't exercise. Jacqueline gained a lot of weight because of her sickness. What's the difference? Because she was sick because of her sickness. All right, so focus on these 2 parts. Because she was sick and couldn't exercise. So 47, blank is a prepositional phrase followed by a noun, pronoun, or gerund. 48, blank is a conjunction used to connect 2 clauses. What's a clause? Clauses are independent sentences and have a subject and a verb, right? So where do we see a noun after because or because of? Her sickness. Sickness is a noun. So because of. So of is a preposition, right? So it's a prepositional phrase. And where do we see 2 clauses? So Jacqueline gained a lot of weight. That's a clause. She was sick and couldn't exercise. Okay, and after because we have she, subject, was sick, couldn't exercise. Those are verbs. So because is a conjunction. All right. So let's see if you can use those correctly. I've got two pairs of similar sentences. So 49, the leaves are moving, blank, their noisy neighbor. 50, the leaves are moving, blank, their neighbor is noisy. So their noisy neighbor, that's a noun. So noun, okay, because of. Their neighbor is noisy. This is an independent clause, subject and verb, neighbor is. So because, with one S. All right, the same thing with 51 and 52. Lynn does yoga, it helps her relax. It helps, subject and verb, that's a clause. So because. Lynn does yoga, blank, the relaxing feeling it gives her. Feeling, relaxing feeling. Feeling is a noun. So we need a prepositional phrase, because of. Okay. All right, the last section before collocations. So by versus until, they're similar but different, and this is very confusing, this grammar issue. By versus until for Koreans, if you are a native speaker of another language and this is confusing for you, leave a comment below and let us know. So read the example sentences and then complete each definition with the correct term. So A, your utility bills must be paid by the end of the month. So here we have by. Whoops-a-daisy. Right? And you have until the end of the month to pay your utility bills. So here we have until. So you'll notice, well, I'll come back to that. We could also say, please finish the project by Friday. Please finish the project by the end of the week. You have until Friday to finish the project. You have until the end of the week to finish the project. So let's look at 53 and 54. These are hard to understand and hard to explain, but with practice, you can figure it out, and I'll help you. So by or until shows that something happens before a specific time. So here's a specific time. So whatever we're talking about takes place here. 54. This shows the duration of an event or how long something happens. So 54 is focusing on the duration. And 53 is focusing on the fact that it's before a specific time. So your utility bills must be paid by the end of the month. You have until the end of the month to pay your utility bills. So by shows a specific time, shows that something happens before a specific time, and until shows the duration of an event. Until the end of the month, by the end of the month. All right. So by Friday, we're talking about a deadline. until the end of the week, until Friday, until the end of the month. We're focusing on the length of time, the duration. So in one, with by, you're focusing on the deadline, the time. With until, you're focusing on the duration. Okay. Or how long something happens. Okay. So let's try the exercise. Your library books are due by. Another thing is, you'll often have a verb with until, have until, and okay. Due by December 14th, you have until December 14th to return your library books. Ken will work until, so that's a different verb, work until, have until. You will leave work, Kenny will leave work by 6:30. This work is not a verb, it's a noun. The verb is will leave. Kenny will get home by 7. Okay. We will have to wait for Kenny. Okay, wait is the verb, wait for Kenny until 7 p.m. So again, until is focusing on the length of time, before is focusing on, or by is focusing on a point in time. All right, I hope that helps. So really quickly, make and do. These are collocations. Collocations are very important for, well, learning any language, but in this case, obviously English, and especially for tests such as the TOEIC. So money, make money. Your job, do your job. Your hair, do your hair. So we often say, how do you like my hair do? Hairstyle, or I have to get my hair done. Mistake, make a mistake. Progress, make progress. Difference, make a difference. A favor, do a favor for someone. Mess, make a mess. Business, do business. And your best, do your best. All right, we finished. I hope this was helpful. If you have questions or comments, leave them below or send me a message. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.